Today we are going into the Queens Comic Party Brooklyn Art Festival. It's the first time they're doing it. Brian is making an appearance.
We're in Brooklyn.
He gets to meet all of the Queens Comic Party people, quickly becoming some of our favorite people. So we have no idea what to expect here. There's going to be artists. Make sure you stay tuned to the end. We're going to give away the stuff from the Queens Comic Party. We're going to pick a winner. So this one should be fun. What do you think, Brian?
I'm looking forward to it big time.
Well, let's go. So as you saw, the Queens Comic Party Brooklyn Art Invasion was a little bit smaller than normal. Make sure to stay till the end. We are going to announce the winner of our last Queens Comic Party comic stack giveaway. That was a couple of weeks back. So
yeah,
this was Brian's first experience with the Queens Comic Party. You could see how much he liked it. He bought a shirt.
I'm an automatic fan.
What did you like about it, Brian?
I love the spirit of it. I think everyone there was there for the right reasons. Everyone's there just to sort of share this passion we all have. And, you know, there were vendors and they were selling, they had great prices. You could see from what I bought, because I don't usually buy a lot when we go to these shows, but I did. Hold on.
You bought more than you
Hold on, I'm still here. Yeah, that's my stack.
And if you've been watching us long enough, you know that Brian never has a stack.
Yeah, I don't usually buy that much unless the prices are really, really good, and prices are really, really good. Not to mention, the venue they held it in when we were in Williamsburg, Brooklyn was really, really cool. And that's all I'm going to say.
It was really cool. And you got to meet Billy, who runs the convention.
Great guy.
Great guy.
Great guy.
Ian finally got to
meet Ian, yes.
Just Skate Man.
The other Skate Man fan, yes, out there.
So there you go. I think there's 3 years now out there.
Interestingly enough, in my stack, there's a little tie-in to Skate Man.
So we'll have to see what that goes about. But again, this convention was a little bit different than Queens Comic Party. And it was different than the Brooklyn Invasion. This was supposed to be purely an art show. Billy wanted to bring artists in, local artists, to, you know, kind of make some money and sell their wares and do art for people. He only ended up with, I think, 5 artists.
Yep.
So he had to call in his troops, and he got all the comic book guys to come in, which for us is better. Brian did buy art, though.
I did. I gave it to my wife, but I don't have it with me now.
He did buy art.
I did. I bought this beautiful little print from the artist whose information we're going to put up. I have a picture of her information. Yeah. Beautiful little print on a card from my wife. I gave it to her, so I don't have it with me here today.
And the same person who was the artist there was selling comics at the last.
Yeah, she's also a comic vendor. Yeah.
And she's from Staten Island, so she's you know, like us. She's local like us. So.
She's the one who knew your daughters, right?
Yes.
She went to the same school.
Went to the same high school as
very cool.
As Cassidy, who's apparently taking over the show. We'll tell you that story at the end. Funny story about someone we ran into there. So it was small, but definitely bang the buck.
Oh yeah, especially I bought a bunch from Carl, who will, you know, we can shout out in the comments maybe if we have. Yeah,
I bought some stuff from Mark, who's over in the corner.
Yep.
Great vendors, very friendly, very willing to deal. Prices on them are never the prices that you're paying for them. Oh,
I got a huge deal.
You get good deals.
Unbelievable.
If you're in the Queens area, highly recommend hitting a Queens Comic Party. We've invited a bunch of friends who are going to go with us.
Oh, yeah.
Either in November or December. We keep telling everybody that we know in the comic book world.
Yeah, you got to check it out.
At least one Queens Comic Party. It's you'll be sold. You'll be going back afterwards because we haven't seen many that have this amount of good deals. Small. I mean,
yeah, it's a small show.
We went to New York Comic Con, and compared to New York Comic Con, it's not even on the same level of size. But in terms of stuff you can get, I think I may have bought more at Queens than I at this one than I did at New York Comic Con.
Oh, definitely. Yeah,
the deals are fantastic. Even big books are reasonably priced.
I bought more monthly comics at this show than I bought at New York Comic Con the last time I went.
Yeah,
last time I went, I walked out with like maybe 3-4 trade paperbacks. That was about it.
And this year you bought none because you didn't go.
Because I didn't go
because you were scared.
I wasn't scared, but think about the difference between like being able to talk to people, make connections at this show. Yeah. You know, it was a very that's the kind of vibe I like.
And if you look right now at some of the wall books that we saw, some of the pricing on like key wall books, and they're always rotating out, and the events they're always getting new collections, and everyone comes in, and it seems like everybody knows each other. And for this one, the price to get in was $0.
Yeah.
For Queens, it's usually $2.
Yep.
So I mean, you can't. No one's trying to rob you in these. They're really just trying to keep the whole entire collecting community together.
Yeah.
And Billy's trying to come to Staten Island with the Staten Island comic party. So hopefully, we're hoping we can help him out and find the perfect venue for him. So.
Yeah, we would really like to find a nice space to do this out here. It's a space. It's actually the kind of show that should be occurring in lots of different communities.
It should.
Yeah, it's really a lot of fun.
It's and it's not about the making money and
no
scummy vendors coming in to try to squeeze a dollar. It's about comic fans selling to comic fans, basically what it is, and people just having a good time. And we spent a little bit of time shopping, but a lot more time just talking. Just
talking with people. And getting to meet people who we know through the show.
Yeah.
And just it was great. It was just a nice little morning jaunt for us out to Brooklyn.
It was fun.
I haven't been in Williamsburg in a while, and I always like going there.
Reminiscing about his time in Brooklyn too. So
it
was, a whole bunch of nice. So without any further ado, let's look at what we bought the haul. Remember, stay to the end. We're going to announce the winner of the giveaway, and we're also going to tell a funny story from the convention.
It wasn't that funny.
Yes, it was. You want to start?
Sure. Yeah, I'll go. We're gonna go like. How are we doing this? Like a couple at a time?
Yeah. Well, here's my stack.
You have a bigger stack than I do.
I always do. Yeah. And Brian has. So I'll start.
Oh, you go ahead.
So right off the bat, Dollar Bin Key, Spider-Boy #1. It's from the Amalgam universe. This is key #1. It's the first appearance of Spider-Boy. Good issue for $1.
That's right. Our new friend Carl said that book has been picking up since the new Spider-Boy has been introduced.
That's right.
To Marvel.
And it's funny. It's when we were shopping with Carl even said, he said, "There's a book in there. I guarantee you one of you is going to buy. Guarantee you when you find it." And he was like, he kept getting excited. And we were getting closer. You're getting near it, and we'll see if Brian bought it. Super Friends #9, another key. It's the first appearance of the Global Guardians, Olympian, Little Mermaid, Ice Maiden, and Tasmanian Devil. It's funny. I'll tell you a story about this. They recently popped up in the what was that? The DC storyline going on right now.
In Absolute Power.
Absolute Power. In Absolute Power, there was an issue where the Global Guardians come in, and I was reading it, and I was like, I wonder where these characters first appeared. And I was like, I actually wrote on my list, keep an eye out for Super Friends number 8, number 7, right? No, number 9 and number 8, because the Global Guardians appeared. This is key #3. It's the first appearance of Rising Sun, Tarantula, Jack-O-Lantern, Bushmaster, and Thunderlord. So I was literally talking about this within the last week about I really need to go and pick up one of these to get the first appearance of Global Guardians. And
there it was.
They were sitting in the dollar bin, so I picked them up. Also picked up number 24.
Very cool.
World's Finest 181.
Beautiful.
A lot of Silver Age stuff. Brave and the Bold 111. A lot of modern stuff, a lot of silver,
that cover,
a lot of bronze.
Wait, I'm sorry, that cover for that Brave and the Bold, that is a classic Batman image of him keeping the police away from the Joker. I can't tell you how many times I've seen that on posters and T-shirts. And
and finally I bought from DC, Dreadstar. It's number 50?
Yeah. Well, 50th anniversary issue.
I've been trying to get.
That's from first comic, right?
Trying to get all of Dreadstar that I can.
I love Dreadstar.
David.
Yeah.
All right. So that's my first part of my stack. You can go ahead with the rest.
Okay. So
yours.
We could did
what?
nothing.
I had mine broken up.
You have to edit that out.
I have mine. I have my stacks broken up into DC, Indie, and Marvel.
Yeah, I didn't do that because mine's all over the place.
A slacker.
Mine's all over the place. So first thing I'm going to show you is I got the John Byrne's Next Men #1, which is this is the IDW series. There was a later IDW series after the Dark Horse series. I don't know anything about this, but since I have a lot of copies of the original series, I thought I'd check out the new one, see if I liked it, add it to the ongoing quest for things
to finish Next Man. Right. To buy that the big one though.
No, the big one, the one with Hellboy is going to be expensive. Yeah, that's going to be a thing. I grabbed this just because it was a #1. It's an Image, and Donny Cates' name is on it. This is Crossover #1. I don't really know much about the series, but it's Image. It's Donny Cates. Looks pretty cool. I'm going to check it out. I'll let you guys know if there's, in a short or something, if there's something worthwhile to follow here.
Yeah, you can't pass that up.
Can't pass this up. Marvel Movie Special.
We are children of the 80s, and
Time
Bandits plays a very important role in our lives.
I had this when I was a kid. It might still be in one of my long boxes somewhere, but I saw it and I was like, you know what? For $1, I got to grab it.
The thing about Time Bandits too is the kid was one of the heroes.
Yeah, and
as
the movie,
kid, it really it played to us as kids that we could be heroes too.
Yeah. This is called The Draft. And it's a prestige format. It's actually from Marvel. I didn't realize it until I took a really close look at it. You can't even tell that it's a Marvel comic. It looks like an introduction to sort of a strange kind of alternate universe where superheroes are drafted into sort of a global war.
Did it go anywhere?
I don't think so. I haven't done much.
Heard of it.
Honestly, I haven't done much research.
If you've heard of The Draft and you know anything about this comic, just put it right in the comments.
It's written by Mark Grunwald and Fabian Nicieza with pencils by Herb Trimp.
Oh,
so
big names.
It's got some names on it, but I've never even heard of it. So I thought, hey, grab it, see what it's like.
Interesting.
Yeah, I don't know. If anybody out there knows anything about The Draft, please let us know in comments.
Yeah, it looks interesting. Stray Dogs #1, Dog Days.
Yep.
Just because Tony Fleeks is a friend of the show.
Yep.
Anytime I see one of his books, I pick it up. Same thing with this one. American Flag #4. Howard Chaykin is a friend of the show. Anytime he sees us, he seems happy to see us.
Yeah.
This is issue #4. I went back and bought some old Disney stuff. Wacky Adventures of Cracky.
Cracky?
No idea who that is. So Whitman.
Is it Cracky?
Cracky.
That sounds like a character Dave Chappelle played on.
And I bought a Walt Disney Comics with Donald Duck, and this is issue number 215.
Nice.
With Donald and Huey, Dewey, and Louie. Also picked up a comic I've been working on for a long time, but you never see them. The Badger. This is issue number 10. I had a chance to meet Mike Barone many years ago, and I love his Flash run, so I decided to start collecting this. I actually started with issue number 1 out of a dollar bin. This issue is number 10. I never see these.
You know, First
also
Comics
picked up 39.
Yeah, First Comics had some really interesting series.
Really
I really like Nexus. Have you ever read Nexus?
Nope.
Nexus is good. It's like space-faring adventure.
Final issue of the series, so it went from 1 to 70.
But then didn't it jump to another company?
To another thing.
Yeah.
And then I bought a weird
This is weird.
Barry Goldwater from Dell.
I don't know.
I guess kids were interested in Barry Goldwater.
I guess they were trying to get interested in politics by publishing comic books, but Barry Goldwater.
And I don't think it's making fun of him either.
No, it's like his life story as a comic book. Yeah.
And this is an ash can of a series called Desiree.
Nice. Very
I didn't know. I'd never seen it before. I will often pick up stuff in a dollar bin if I never saw it. It's black and white. There's no gloss, so it's it was a series, short-lived at Millennium. Don't know anything about it.
Yeah, but these are the kinds of like interesting little artifacts you find and think like, oh, that's kind of interesting, you know.
Pick Ninja Funk #1 up. This is a somewhat rare variant cover. It's supposed to look like the Amazing Spider-Man cover. Yeah. And it even says it's
like an homage
after McFarlane.
Yeah.
It's done by Tyler Kirkman. Tyler Kirkman after Tom McFarlane, and it looks just like that issue.
Yeah,
put that issue
that's a cool cover,
right?
I never heard of Ninja Funk.
There's a group on Facebook that I belong to that the whole entire group, all it's about is homage covers to that Spider-Man cover.
Really? Wow, that's very specific.
A lot more than you could think.
Yeah.
Life with Archie, number 99. Second Archie comic I've bought so far.
Nice.
If Archie's in the dollar bin, I think I'm going to buy him. A couple more independents. Real Screen Comics. Number 52. Don't know anything about it. But it was a 10-cent comic. This was not $15. It was $1.
It's that looks like a cartoon tie-in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Looks like Heckle and Jekyll.
That does look like Heckle and Jekyll, yeah.
Some of you may not know Heckle and Jekyll. Back when we were kids, there
Magpies.
was this Magpie duo, Heckle and Jekyll. They always got into trouble.
Yep.
And this is the final independent one. I actually thought it was the Candy. It's not. And I can't see how they can get sued.
It's not?
It is not. It was a 2-issue series called Reese's Pieces. It's based on the writer who is Rod Reese or something like that. Some weird something. I'll look at
How did he get away with that?
I was like, I thought it was like a tie-in to Reese's Pieces, and that's the only reason why I bought it. It turns out it's not.
Weird?
It is an old horror comic that reprints. This is an old Jerry Siegel story. Weird. So it reprints some old stories. Again, just one of those weird ones that I saw, and I was like, I got to pick this up just to see what it's about. And it's the guy's name was, I just passed it. I'm sorry for delaying us on this one.
Yeah, you're not delaying. It's fine.
The art is by Reese, and that's Reese's Pieces. It's pieces of his artwork. It's an old Ralph Reese. It's an old comic book artist, and they put a bunch of his stuff together and called it Reese's Pieces.
Nice.
I'm surprised they didn't get sued. It was put out by Eclipse.
Eclipse Comics, yeah. Very cool.
Those are my independents. We can go back to Brian now.
Okay, I'm gonna wave like this because I'm gonna bend down and bring these up here because I keep bending down to get them.
He has an Eclipse comic also to start off with.
No, my starts are here.
Oh, you started there. Sorry. He bought Eclipse comics too.
But just I don't want to keep bending down.
My nose gets itchy when we do these because of the old comics.
Yeah.
I've noticed.
You mentioned you had
a bunch of first.
You had some first comics, so I'll start with those. I got Evangeline, number 1. This is kind of a time travel, sort of kind of religious themed story. Okay. I started reading it, and it's really interesting. I also got number 2. And actually the cover kind of makes the themes a little more explicit there.
Dollar bin.
Then I got some Halo Jones. Now, if you don't know about Halo Jones was originally published in 2000 AD, and it was a very early work by Alan Moore. So these are the reprints from Quality Comics. Eagle Comics, Quality Comics, they all reprinted a lot of 2000 AD stuff. So I got Halo Jones number 2 right here. I got Halo Jones number 5 right here. And Halo Jones number 7. So I'm going to pursue some of these quality issues of Halo Jones and see what I can grab up out there. I also got from Eclipse Fashion in Action. I have no idea what this is. I read some of it, but I got to be honest with you, I still kind of don't know what it is. But it's weird, and I thought, like, hey, what the heck? Let's check it out. It's got a little paper doll of one of the characters on the back cover.
Brian just bought it because he wants to do the paper doll.
I might do that paper doll.
There you go.
Speaking of Archie comics, I managed to grab Zen Intergalactic Ninja number 3.
Number 1.
Right. If you notice, I grabbed number 1 when I was down in South Carolina. Go check out the South Carolina haul from when I was down there buying comics. And here's a comic series that I've been hearing about for a long, long time. Void Indigo. It's by Steve Gerber. And it's a very strange, sort of surreal story. It's got a lot of chat around it, kind of like American Flag does, and things like that. It was very early, like pushing the envelope into adult storytelling in comics kind of thing.
Okay.
And that's from Epic, which was a one-time imprint of Marvel, if I'm not wrong.
There you go.
Right. There you go. You want to go with yours?
I just have Marvel left.
Okay, so I'll go a little further.
Go ahead.
I grabbed 2 issues from Spoof Comics, which I've never heard of.
Me neither.
But Spoof Comics number 1, Spider-Femme.
Okay.
I don't know. Haven't looked at it yet. And Spoof Comics number 13 featuring Goat Rider versus Mobius. So, yeah. All right. I don't know what that is, but seems like fun. Oh, here's a series that I would really, really like to talk about at length if we have a chance to do a long form. If anybody out there ever watches any of our long form history videos. Alien Legion.
They're really good.
Yeah, Alien Legion from Epic Comics.
We're multi-talented.
This is a later Alien Legion series. This is from 1988, but this series started back in the early 80s, pretty much simultaneously with Dreadstar.
Right, okay.
It was a great intergalactic war comic. It's very different from something like, say, Star Wars. It's not a sort of like old-fashioned story. It's like kind of down and dirty, sort of gritty story about intergalactic war. If you've read the novel The Forever War, the themes in this will be very similar to, very familiar to you, rather. Yep. Then also grabbed up Hate, Peter Baggs' comic Hate. I got myself a number 4 and a number 5. It's a series that I'm slowly building. Hate is a great story. Kind of a decades-long story about a bunch of slackers starting in the 90s and then going into the 2000s with the new series that just kicked up.
And you have some issues already?
I have some older issues, yeah, at home.
Yeah, you pulled it someone else he expected to buy them?
Yeah, that's the thing. Bill, he puts these tags on here for one of the art friends he has who likes Hate. So every time he gets a Hate comic, he puts a Hey Jasper sticker on it.
Brian beat you to it, Jasper.
Sorry, Jasper, I beat you to it there. You know what? Let me know if you really want them, and maybe I'll read them and send them. I'll read them and send them to you. You want to jump in with your Marvel?
Here's my Marvel haul. Beta Ray Bill number 1. This is a variant cover. This is key number 4. It's the first appearance of Beta Ray Bill's mother.
Oh.
And the Fin Fang Foom symbiote.
Whoa.
Which must be cool.
Right.
Read that
Fin Fang symbiote.
Marvel Age number 110. I picked it up because I'm a Luke Cage fan, and this is the introduction of that new Cage series, and I just always loved it when I was a kid.
Yeah.
The calendar on the back, it tells you different events in Marvel history, someone's birthday, or when someone was created. It was a lot of these are done by Fred Hembeck, if I remember correctly.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
No, he's good stuff.
Obnoxious the Clown versus the X-Men number 1.
Can't tell you how many times I've been called that.
Remember this when I was a kid. How strange it was. War Machine number 1. This is key number 5. It's War Machine's first solo series. This is a typical early 90s comic. And I picked up some Iron Mans. Iron Man 121. Love those old Iron Mans. Iron Man 141. Iron Man 178. I believe that's his alcoholic time.
Yeah, that definitely, it looks like from somewhere around the Demon in the Bottle phase, right?
And Iron Man 191.
I like that. That's an homage cover all on its own right there.
There you go.
Yeah.
Thor 299. All of these are from the dollar bin. And if you watched our New York Comic Con episode, you know that I bought the original version of this, which is Hulk 141.
Yeah, look at that.
This is Marvel Superheroes, which is a reprint of Hulk 141. It's issue number 92. It's the first appearance of Doc Samson.
I remember those banners on the covers with the Win a Toys R Us shopping spree.
Yeah. I always wondered if anyone actually won it.
I don't know.
Hulk 187.
Oh, cool.
Very close to the big 181 one.
Yep.
Hulk 276.
Nice.
This was key number 8. This is Kang number 1 variant cover. It's Kang's first solo series, and it contains the origin of Kang.
Nice.
He was going to be bigger than he is now. You can go, because then I have my wall books coming up. The big books. I bought a couple of big books. I
actually, brace yourself, bought some DC comics. I know. I don't usually. I love DC. Don't get me wrong. Love DC. Always have. But I don't buy a lot from Marvel or DC anymore.
Why not, Brian?
Because I tend to read them in other ways.
What other way? What we record every week.
I read them on the apps. But I had to get these because I just love the cover so much. You could probably tell me a little more about the background of these, but these are covers all done by Jose Luis Garcia Lopez, who's a fantastic artist. Does some great versions of DC characters.
From the layout book, so when other artists would come in, they could look at how Flash and Superman and all of them should be drawn.
Here's the cover he did with the Flash on it.
Yeah, these were recent variant covers that just were taken directly from his old.
Here's the Superman one. And these are recent. These are recent comics.
Yeah.
But they just have these covers. Here's his Wonder Woman, which I think is... His Wonder Woman is absolutely fantastic.
And if you watch our live on Thursdays, I bought these when they came out on newsstand.
Yeah.
Didn't pay $1 for them, paid way more than $1 for them. But Brian got lucky and got them from $1. He got those from Mark.
Yep. And this Green Arrow cover.
You're missing the Green Lantern. I went and looked.
There is a Green Lantern.
There is a Green Lantern. Yeah. So
I got to get it.
You're missing the last one. The Green Lantern.
Now I have to get it. And the other DC comic I got was, and I bought this strictly because of the cover. It's Legends of the Dark Knight number 50, and that cover is done by none other than Brian Boland. Yep. His fantastic Joker, his fantastic Batman, and look, it's all shiny.
Joker cat.
Shiny, shiny. And this features stories by multiple different creators. It looks like a good time. I haven't had a chance to crack open, but looking forward to reading this one.
Back in the 90s when things were shiny, that attracted us to the comic book.
Yeah, this was
we were like cats.
September 1993.
Yeah, we were like cats ourselves. Anything shiny.
Right. Then I grabbed this variant cover.
A lot of stuff.
I did. Wow. I grabbed this variant cover for Flash Gordon number 1. I love Flash Gordon stories. This series from Mad Cave has been pretty good. I don't know if it's doing well if number 1 variant cover is already in a dollar bin. I'm a little worried because Flash Gordon is one of those. Flash Gordon's one of those properties that if you're a fan of Flash Gordon, you're like, oh, cool. And then it's gone.
Then it's gone.
It's gone as soon as you're like, oh,
Flash
great.
Gordon never sticks around.
Right. The toy company Nacelle, I don't know who owns them now. It might be Hasbro, is doing something very similar to what the Hasbro properties are doing over at Image. They're sort of creating a shared universe. Okay. This is part of that. This is Biker Mice from Mars number 1, part of what's called the Nacelle universe, right? And it is being put out by... See, they have their own imprint, Nacelle Universe, but this is actually from Oni Press. So, yeah, Oni Press is putting this out, who, by the way, are also the same company doing the great new EC comics.
Yeah, you've talked about Oni Press before.
Yeah, those are great. I got this, which don't even see what company it's from on it, but this is called Napoleon from the Machine, number 1.
Sometimes when you go through dollar bins, you just have to grab whatever's there.
You grab it and you look at it and you say, oh, this looks kind of cool.
Maybe it sucks, but it's only $1.
But looks cool, right?
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe it's not.
And if it sucks, we'll put it in the giveaway down the road somewhere.
Easy win for me all the time is any Hellboy comics. So here you go, Hellboy and the BPRD. This is actually number 2 of 2 of the storyline, Return of Effie Kolb. So I'm looking forward to getting to that. I got to go get number 1.
Gotta look for it.
Remember I said that there's one in my stack that's kind of tied into Skate Man?
Yeah.
Well, here's from Continuity Comics, number 1, Crazy Man, number 1, with a cover by Mr. Neil Adams.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
Never heard of Crazy Man.
There's a signature here.
Dude, is that signed by Neil Adams?
I don't know if it's signed by Neil Adams or if that was just part of the cover. I'm going to be looking it up as soon as I can. It might be a real autograph. We're going to find out maybe right now.
Oh, that's a real autograph.
That's a real autograph. Okay, so I got to sign Neil Adams, Crazy Man number 1.
From the dollar bin.
From the dollar bin. I'm sorry, Carl.
Are you kidding me? Holy crap, that's pretty cool.
Yeah. I wasn't sure if it was...
If you meet Neil Adams, why are you having him sign Crazy Man?
It might have been when he first did it.
Seriously, look at that.
Yeah.
In the dollar bin, we find a Neil Adams autograph. Rest in peace, Neil Adams. I met him more than once. He was very nice the times I met him. I have a couple of comics signed by him. Not Crazy Man, though.
No.
I'm betting money this is the only Crazy Man ever signed by Neil Adams.
It might be.
One of one. One of one.
See, I wasn't sure if that was real or not.
Looks real to me.
It looks real, but
I'm going with it's real.
This mystery will be explored further.
Yeah.
Because all I have to do really is look up cover of Crazy Man number 1 and see if that's signatures on all of them.
I'm betting it's
right. Another easy win for me, Tank Girl. Love Tank Girl comics.
I don't like Tank Girl.
I love them. They're fun.
From the movie, it just ruined anything.
The movie wasn't good.
I can't do anything past the movie.
Comics are fun. This is actually covered. This is by Titan Comics. It's the Tank Girl Gold sports special. See, she's dressed up for American football, and you could totally tell that this is a Jamie Hewlett illustration on the cover. Just look at those characters. They look like they step right off the cover of a Gorillaz album.
They do.
So, there you go.
Oh, yeah, it's the same person who does Gorillaz.
Yep,
right.
Yeah, same guy as Gorillaz.
They signed it too? You got that signed too?
Can you imagine? Oh, that would be awesome. No. This is a series I've been slowly but surely building, the Max.
You got the Max number 1 out of it.
Max number 1. Love this storyline. Love the animated series. Yep. All good stuff.
It was a big deal when it came out.
I actually love
Sam Keith, right?
That they would preview the Image, the old Image days. Yeah, it's Sam Keith. The old Image days, they would preview the cover of number 2 on number 1, and vice versa.
Yeah, in the back.
Yeah. Here we go. We got to spend some time talking about this, right? Predator 2, number 1 of 2 from Dark Horse. right?
We love Predator 2.
Movie adaptation of Predator 2, one of our favorite cult movies. And I got to find number 2 now to complete the set. It's one of 2.
Well, at least you got one.
Yep.
Just advertise on the back. You think over time, San Diego Comic. What year was that? The one we talked about? Hellboy. Is that 91?
I believe it was, yeah.
So there you go.
Yeah.
Think it's changed a little bit since 91?
Yeah, a bit. Did you ever hear Grant Morrison talk about that?
No.
The first time he went to Comic-Con was in 1990 or 91.
Right.
Somewhere around there. And he said it was like a guy in a Green Lantern costume getting chased down the block by a bunch of sailors in San Diego. Like, that was his memory.
Now it's the other way out. Now they take over a whole entire city.
Yep. And now this is the one that Carl was like seeing if anybody was going to grab. And I did. I picked it up because I had to know what it was, because you guys by now know me.
He sold us on it.
You guys
we even got to it.
This is called Vampirotica Commemorative Edition featuring Luxura. I don't even know what company this is. What does that say? I can't even see it.
That says Lemmingstorm?
Lemonstorm?
Something like that.
I don't know.
Rainstorm.
Basically, it's
Rainstorm.
Yeah, basically it's like vampire porn. It's a black and white. Yeah.
And who signed it?
I don't know.
We can't even show it on.
You can't even see the Kirk Lindo. It's vampire pornography.
You're gonna get in trouble again.
But it's under a nice sort of gold cover. Yeah, so that's part of my collection.
It's going to be hiding under the bed.
For better or worse. Now that's in the stack.
Might be a giveaway down the road somewhere.
Yeah, I think it might be.
You have to prove that you're an adult. So my final couple of comics, because I know you're all asking, where's the Fantastic Four?
Yeah, what's going on?
I picked up an Avengers 33, great issue. It was not $20. Picked up an Avengers 86. This is key number 7. This is the second appearance of the Squadron Supreme.
Really?
Yes,
wow, that's a great one.
And I didn't pay $15 for it.
Oh.
And here's the Fantastic Four from this one. Fantastic Four 213. Fantastic Four 218. And Fantastic Four 219. All of these were in dollar bins. They were not $5, $10, and $5. They were $1 each. That's all the Fantastic Four for this one. So that's our haul. As you can see, Brian had his biggest haul in a long time.
Yep.
I can't imagine what it's going to be like at Queens official Comic-Con, comic party when we go, because they have a lot more vendors and a lot more deals.
Yep.
But right now we are going to spin the wheel to see who the winner of our last giveaway was from Queens Comic Party. So let's spin the wheel. Congratulations. Just email us at collectorsconfessions@gmail.com and we will mail them out to you. Now here's the funny story. So we were walking around.
It's not that funny.
It is funny. We were walking around the convention, and last time we were there, Cassidy was with me, as many of you commented, and we ran into...
And your New York Comic Con video, she was with you.
Yes, she was.
Okay.
You were too. You were on the New York Comic Con video. Yeah. So we ran into fellow YouTuber, Pop Comics. If you haven't checked out his station, check him out. Really good. He does some really good haul videos. Go and check him out. And he said, "Oh yeah." I said to him as he walked over, I said, "Oh look, it's my second favorite YouTuber," meaning we're our favorite.
Yeah.
And he said, "Oh yeah." He goes, "You're the guy who does the videos with your daughter." To that, Billy and Ian started laughing. Not really the guy who I do 99% of the videos with was standing next to me. He was influenced by the daughter one, so Brian was offended. I was hysterical and have told the story multiple times since then.
Yep.
And that was our little funny take from Queens Comic Party Brooklyn Art Invasion.
Yep.
Say that fast 5 times.
This is cementing my reputation as the Charlie Brown of YouTube.
You got it, Slacker.
You know that, right?
You certainly are. So, final review of New York Comic Con, not New York Comic Con, Queens Comic Party Brooklyn Invasion.
Excellent.
Excellent.
Loved every minute.
I highly recommend, if there's a small convention in your area, go to it, support it.
Yep.
Talk to the vendors, see what else they're doing. Go to the small conventions. As you've seen from most of our videos are small conventions. We like supporting the small conventions and the small vendors. And we hope that our videos help get them more people going there. We hope after you watch it, if you come here, go to Queen's Comic Party. We really appreciate that you're watching us. Like, subscribe, share this with your other friends who collect comics and who just like collecting in general. And
yeah, remember, it's all about community.
Yeah, that's what we're trying to. We're trying to grow a Queen's Comic Party here on YouTube. So
even if you're easily forgotten.
That's right. Love what you collect.
Collect what you love.
We'll see you next time.
Good grief.